The internet would have you and I believe that Givenchy Irresistible is the kind of fragrance you reach for when you're trying to give wifey aura, but you might get naughty a little bit later. Allegedly. Now, you can't believe everything on the internet, so I needed to go and investigate for myself, picking up fragrances in that line to compare, contrast, and judge ruthlessly. In today's video, I'm going to take you through 4 of the most popular fragrances in the Givenchy Irresistible lineup to figure out what are they giving? Is any of them full bottle worthy? And is the internet lying to us like it always does? If that sounds like something you're interested in. If you're interested in any of these fragrances or the wifey aura in general, then stick around and let's get into it.
What you doing on me? Let me know how you feel. Make it time for ya. If it's real, we can build, hold it down for ya.
Hi, I'm Jeanique, and I like to judge things harshly when I can. It makes me feel good. I don't know why. So I love comparing, contrasting, ranking, shouting at fragrances when they do not live up to expectations. I'm not saying these didn't. I'm just saying I love doing that shit. So what are we going to do today? I'm taking you through the Givenchy Irresistible line, comparing and contrasting 4 of the biggest fragrances in this lineup. We're talking the EDP version, Very Floral, Nude Velvet, and Rose Velvet. All compare and contrast. Which one's better, y'all? I have opinions. Now, they keep dropping more of these fragrances. Like 2-3 months ago, they dropped even more of them. I think they're EDTs. Who can keep up? So if you love these kinds of videos, you love a perfumey conversation, you love a comparison video, because there are more to come. I'm doing one on Gucci Floral next because opinions abound with that one as well. Then you should subscribe and hype the video. Now let's get into these comparisons. It's gonna be quick and dirty, y'all. Let's talk about it. The Givenchy Irresistible line are rose fragrances, right? That read slightly more traditional with a little bit of a youthful edge. Think a hot gal in a Chanel suit, that sort of tweed feel, but the skirt is a little bit shorter. It reads youthful, but a little bit traditional, or at least cosplaying as traditional. That is the vibe. A lot of the sharp edges of the fragrances that came out around the same time, think My Way, think Donna Born in Roma Original, and think Prada Paradox, that feel a little bit edgier. This one softened everything out with a very musky rose and not as sweet a fruity profile, and that's what, in my opinion, set it apart from a lot of the fragrances that came out around the same time. It doesn't have the edge of those. It feels more like a good girl to me, in my opinion, on an anniversary. She's not even trying to be overly sexy. It's just like a hint of sex appeal that is like waffling right under everything else. So that is the energy here. So let's start off with the original, right? Who is wearing Irresistible? Basically, she's 25, she's a sweetheart, she wears a headband, we love her, and she loves light pink. That is who is wearing Irresistible. Basically, we have a musky rose. It's a more moderate rose. It reads as rosy, so a little bit more vintage. Not super vintage. And we have a watery sweet pear with everything that helps to sort of lift the fragrance, make you feel a little bit more youthful. It is delicate, it is pretty, it feels dainty, and it's a really nice fragrance. So out of 10, I would give Givenchy Irresistible a solid 7 out of 10. It does solid, beautiful work, but it is not really striking, exciting, if that isn't the scent profile you are specifically looking for. As a loud ass bitch, I'm just gonna say it's just a little bit demure for my sensibilities, but it is one I like to play with. So Rose Velvet to me sits at about the same level as the original, shockingly, even though it smells very different. It heads in a far edgier direction than the original. It's not as soft and musky and sort of pretty. This one reads a little bit greener, a little bit sharper. There's a woody note in here that comes through just a little bit heavier than the original. But I think it almost needs something a little bit sweeter to like amplify the sexiness, or to at least cut through some of that greenness and patchouli feel. I think this is for somebody who thought that the original just wasn't assertive enough. It was too laid back, it was too restrained, and wanted some bolder notes to sort of push forward. I think this one does that. This feel just a little bit austere, a little bit too serious to me. I would say this is more of a work scent than the previous one. The other one, like I said, it's like an anniversary scent if you're, you know, a sweetheart of a woman. This one is more of the daytime assertive professional scent. Like, that is the vibe. It almost reads like cheaper adjacent, but shyer than that. I think it's pretty. I think the fruit in here as well, I think it's blackcurrant, comes off more like citrus than anything else, because even the sweet fruit isn't that sweet. It doesn't even smell like blackcurrant to me. Like I said, it smells almost like bergamot. I don't know what that is about. Maybe it's a mixture of that with the patchouli, but I like it, and it's gonna get weird on me. This is a scent profile that I like, but not one that I'm obsessed with. I don't really love clean smells. I'm just gonna put that out there. Like, aldehydic smells, sudsy smells. It's not that I think they smell bad. I just don't want to spend good perfume money for that scent profile. You know what I mean? Like, I've been getting that for free my whole life. If we go spend perfume money, like, I don't know, designer perfume money, I want something novel. Give me something that smells like a chocolate cake. It doesn't smell better, it just has to smell kind of novel on my body, right? That is the vibe. But I will say, Nude Velvet, I like it. I liked it more than I thought I would. I would give it like a 7.5, 7.775. I would give it more than the other fragrances in this lineup. Not because the scent profile is more my vibe. I think the original is the most my vibe of the ones that I've talked about so far. But there's something a little bit novel about how Nude Velvet presents, right? It is still a rose fragrance, but the rose is reined back and everything gets a little bit cleaner. But the clean is not aldehydic. They use, I think, rice powder or rice water. And it's very watery. It smells almost, you know how rice water smells? It's almost like milky and starchy at the same time. There's something about it that feels like skin scent, but not quite. It smells clean, but I don't know, it just smells a little bit elevated and unusual to me. Now, I think this may be a hard one. Hard is a strong word. I don't think it's as easy for people to get into as some of the others. I think that rice water sort of shifts it in a direction where there's a little bit of starchiness, saltiness that I think is really interesting. They've also reined back the rose all the way. It's the tops of rose, and the primary floral doing work in here is iris. And iris usually smells more powdery and a little bit cooler than other sort of floral notes. So what we have here is like baby powder and rice smells and almonds, so that sort of milky almond milk smell. It's good, y'all. It's just a very different scent profile. It almost does not belong in this lineup. And I think because there's something kind of novel, mostly because as somebody who does not collect clean smelling fragrances, this is novel for me. It's just not something I own anything like, honestly. I felt good wearing this fragrance. I felt like I smelled like myself, but better. And I really enjoyed this one in a way that I did not expect. And this was a one that I only got like a little sample of. I did not get a whole travel fragrance of. And I regret that. Like, I wish I had a travel scent of this. But my experience so far is that it's a vibe, y'all. I know that it's not well rated. I mean, none of them are, to be fair. But I really like this one. And I think it is one that like doesn't get talked about nearly enough. So Nude Velvet from the Irresistible line. So underrated. If you like a cleaner smell and you're curious about rice smells, check it out. Hear me out. How are the fragrances in this line so terribly rated and they keep dropping flankers? Somebody is buying these. Somebody loves these. Why is the internet like fragrance gaslighting us into thinking these are terrible? People clearly love them because they keep putting out more, obviously. Anyway, let's talk about the last fragrance in this lineup, y'all. And this is very floral. So I went into this experience expecting very floral to be my favorite, right? Because I love floral fragrances, and this combines a lot of different floral notes together to create something that I think really does smell like a bouquet. I'm going to chalk up the low rating on this one to propaganda, mess, and lies. That is what I'm going to chalk it up to, because we're currently in a moment where people are not loving florals, and this is a straight up floral bouquet type fragrance. You smell the rose, you smell the iris, you maybe even smell some white florals. They're all hitting you. The fruit is there to complement the florals. It's not a fruity floral. It is a straight up floral. It's called very floral. Jeanique, stop. It is a straight up floral fragrance, and all of the fruit, the black currant, I think there might be citrus in here, there may be other shit like apple, I don't know, are just sort of tipping in to sort of accentuate, highlight, and sort of sprinkle a little sparkle on top of all of that floral energy. You gotta love a bouquet floral fragrance in the most traditional sense, and this does that. This feels grown, this feels a little mature, this feels a little assertive. It feels more than anything else unapologetic in the floralness of it all. It's not trying to be anything else. Now, I say that this is right up my alley, because I think arguably my favorite of the My Ways is My Way Floral, and I think I'm the only person who thinks that. People will love Ylang Ylang, people will love Sunny Vanilla, people love the original or the intense. You know which one I love? Very Floral. That's the one I have a full bottle of, and I make no apologies because I think it's so beautiful. And for a lot of lines of fragrances, the floral version of that fragrance is often my favorite in that line. It just smells, floral fragrances just smell so classy to me. I'm gonna link my last floral specific video for y'all if you're curious and interested in floral fragrances at large, because they are underrated as a category of fragrance, in my opinion. Propaganda and mess on the internet right now about florals. Anyway, if I were to rank them in terms of my own fragrance sensibility, the quality of the fragrance, the beauty of the fragrance, I would say in the number 4 spot, they all look alike, so I don't know why I'm picking them up. In the number 4 spot, it is Rose Velvet. Get away from me. I like the texture of this. None of these are stark and away so different from each other. I'm like, oh my God, this is terrible. That's not the case with this lineup at all. Rose Velvet has a beautiful texture. It's a little bit heavier. Like I said, woody, patchouli, it's sharper. This is a work scent of the group. It is nice, but it is in the number 4 spot. In the number 3 spot, y'all, shockingly, is, I think, the original EDP. I think for my own taste, it's a little bit soft for me, but I would give this to my 22-year-old like niece, friend, sweetheart person who I think is beautiful and wants something that's a little bit dressier but nothing too aggressive. I think this is a nice introduction to rose fragrances without tipping over into the too heavy, musky, mature, vintage type feel rose fragrances. Like, I think this is a good introduction. In the number 2 spot, I'm going to say, based on like experience, this little sample here, which is Nude Velvet, just because of the novelty and my curiosity about this fragrance and this scent profile. And now I need to check out more rice scents. Hello. And in the number 1 spot, in terms of what I like in a fragrance and the fact that I love bouquet fragrances so very much, I'm gonna put a Very Floral in the number 1 spot as the best smelling to me, even if the internet rates it the lowest of all 4. Which one do I think is full bottle worthy today for me though? I think it's going to be Nude Velvet. I think for my collection and what I'd be looking for in terms of what I'd want to add currently, I don't think Nude Velvet would be a compromise at all. I think it would be, as I said, an introduction to this particular scent profile, which I don't know as much about, which I think smells real good on me. I'm very curious about it and I want to explore it a bit further. And maybe this will be my gateway drug into other rice scents because maybe they smell amazing on me. I don't know. But all of these, I would say in general, are not unimpressive. They're not the kinds of fragrances you're going to be gagged and gooped about. So the internet wasn't lying about that. But there's nothing here that I find to be off-putting, offensive, challenging, terrible, any of those things. And the way the internet talks about it being a disappointment, I don't think it's a disappointment. I enjoy trying these fragrances. I thought they would tickle me just a little bit more, that they would be more different from one another, and they're sufficiently different, but I thought we would get some like broad strokes out here. You know what I mean? Look at the Donna Born in Roma line. I'm not going to use that to judge everybody, but look at how different they are. Coral Fantasy, very different from Intense. Intense, very different from Green Extravaganza. Green Extravaganza, definitely different from the white one. Like, they're so different from one another that you almost have to try all of them to figure out the best one, only to decide they're all great. You know what I mean? Right, exactly. These ones sit very close to one another in scent profile, almost like the My Way line. They sit very close to one another, and so it's redundant to own more than one. Whereas with other lines that are very different, you almost need to explore all of them. Need is a strong word, but you get what I'm saying. But I will keep exploring fragrances in this line, hoping that one day one of them will knock me on my ass and be amazing. Again, I'm Jeanique, a lover of ranking, rating, and judging these fragrances, and I've judged that Givenchy Irresistible is as mid as they say, but no regrets in trying it out, and I hope I brought you some information you did not have before. I'll see you in the next one. Bye, y'all.
Seasons are changing, let's go.